You are not what you own. This is actually a famous song, and I won't say who, but you all know who it is. But you are not what you own. This is an interesting yogic concept, is not only do we identify the self as the body, not only do I think that I'm an Italian male, she's black, and she's Chinese, and we're identifying with the body as the self, but we extend that to the accoutrements of the body, right? We think our worth is based on what we have. We think our real inherent worth is what we have. Therefore, if you drive a great car, you might feel very proud when you pull into town. And if you drive a jalopy, you might feel less about yourself. Now, it all is sort of like comical, but we take this on from childhood. From childhood, I remember, see, I'll tell you my sad story. My sad story was I got hand-me-downs, but instead of having an older brother, I had an older sister. So I had girl hand-me-downs. That's how we rolled back then. So as soon as I hit middle school, if you didn't have the right, because elementary school, at least in the town when I was, no one really cared that much. By the time you hit 7th grade, if you had the wrong sneakers, if you had the wrong jeans, and I grew with parents who grew up in the Depression, so they never thought about the right jeans or the wrong jeans. They just made sure you were clothed. So, but if you had the wrong jeans, you were ostracized, right? And everybody in their heart wants to be loved and accepted and validated. But in that culture, that climate, you were ostracized if you had the wrong shoes and didn't have the right brands you were wearing. So we've been trained since childhood to say your worth depends on what you purchase. Your worth depends on your shoes or your purse, right? And we joke about it as being silly. We tell our kids, oh, don't worry about it. But the fact is, it's driven into our very psyche that we have to keep up. And we're always looking left and looking right to try to get that validation. And still, as an adult, with as much as we know, I'm concerned. Do I have the right purse? Do I have the right shoes? What do other people think of me? What are they going to think of me? All right? And it's a very sad culture when we grow up overly concerned about what people think of us or what they think our worth is in the stuff I have. And it's especially sad when I start to think of myself. Because what happens is the whole idea of personal integrity, the whole idea of my self-worth is not by the person I'm choosing to be, but in my stuff. I can purchase my stuff. I can purchase my personality. I can purchase my credibility, right? It's so off base. And so in the yoga culture, the ideas of your worth was not even in your talent. It was in your integrity. It was not in your, it was in your character, right? It wasn't just that you were a great singer. Who cares if you're a great singer? If you're a great singer, but you're just self-absorbed and you're addicted to bad habits, right? We worship these people in our culture that are suffering themselves. We worship for their one quality. So traditionally, the worship, the praise to guru and to teachers were those not just because they had beautiful beards or beautiful looking or even great physical yogis or great gymnasts. They were worshipped and respected because they lived a grounded, grave, sober, enlightened, blissful experience. Those are people. They're living in tune with nature, in tune with divinity, and therefore we don't worship them as God. Like some people hate the idea of a guru in our culture. We hate the idea. How dare you worship anyone? But there are no gurus. I got news for you. If you say there are no gurus, you're the guru then, isn't it? You're coming off as the guru. There are no gurus, but we should listen to you say that? So the idea is, in culture is, of course there's gurus. There's always teachers who lead by example. That's what a guru is. A teacher is one who leads by example. And you don't have to institute that. That naturally comes about when you see a person living with a type of integrity. If you want that, you get attracted to it. That's natural. That'll always be there. Where was I going with this whole thing?
Keep going.
I can't remember where we started. What was your question?
About materialism and...
Oh, you're not what we own. We're not what we own. So therefore, if we think our worth is our stuff, we're immediately lost. And we get caught in this idea of, I'm a male in America. And I remember driving down the road, I had a convertible, and my wife was driving behind me,
hey man, I really noticed how much you're losing your hair. And I thought, I'm losing my hair. Right? For a male, it's so intrinsically woven in with their worth. Right? Actually, when we actually become advanced in yoga, our real worth is something on a much more subtle level. It's got nothing to do with a patch of hair missing. And as laughable as that sounds, that's how we do training in this life and for a lifetime. So becoming an advancing yogi is to transcend these, not just these material designations and the designations of stuff. That doesn't mean the stuff makes us more or less. It's just stuff. And stuff is not bad or good. It really depends how you use the stuff. It's not the stuff. It's what you do with the stuff.
What do you say to your teenagers?
That is the, it's not the shirt